at the 43. That throw by Brady incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
So face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
Mistake is
this now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's to there by O.J. Howard. Well done, and he's got to be excited because but it's 2021 after rehabbing and
caught by Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the 22, Brady. That is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head.
Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down to that. Throwing now is Brady.
Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more.
That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the key for a short gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Brady to throw again. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now Jones.
And he returns this to the 22. Quarterback Matthew Stafford bringing out the L.A. offense. And Stafford, of course, all those years in Detroit and now in his first season with Los Angeles.
And what big news it was back in January when news leaked out that Matthew Stafford was leaving Detroit and heading out west to join the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are hoping he's the missing piece to the puzzle as they seek a Super Bowl title. Over 4.
He will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
He's going to love working with Tyler Higbee.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary. First down for the Rams after the catch there by Robert Woods, and he's coming off a back-to-back 90-catch seasons. I've always admired his game.
And his throw is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be gained there as a convert on 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Henderson will try and run for the first. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going. He said everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. Either way.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10
at their own 27. Shotgun now for Brady.
A quick pass here to Godwin.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And Chris Godwin, one of those great unselfish players. Remember, he gave up his uniform number to Tom Brady when he got to town. And he's kind of known as the 1B to Mike Evans 1A in this Tampa Bay pecking order among receivers. He makes a nice catch there.
On play action, it's Brady. And his pass incomplete. Gronkowski unable to hang on, but it's going to be 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Brady's throw there complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's a good catch there for a 1st down by Antonio Brown. And in his career, at one point, he had 6 straight seasons over 100 catches. Not putting up those types of numbers now, but continues to be a favorite of Tom Brady. who recruited him originally to New England and most recently to Tampa.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Gronkowski, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been a few yards.
This is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us.
You only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st down, Stafford here. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
7 yards, the pickup there. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go. Stafford on 1st down. And Woods has it complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
From the 16, Stafford got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Out of the gun, Stafford. Fighting through pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devin White, what a play by him. That's a loss of 17. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams. Football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the 2nd half gets started.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half They didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Come on, dog!
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He was going right back to Cooper Kupp, but it'll be 2nd down.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Second and 12.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Henderson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Henderson. Levante David in on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Now it's Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Stafford.
Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at the 34. So after the INT, it's Brady, and that's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Now Brady. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Brady to Evans that time. 1st down, Tampa.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer for it.
But Brady asked if he'd run it back with him in Tampa, and he answered the call. Gronk earned his 4th ring.
There, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to...
Their incomplete pass.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack.
13.5 sacks in 2020, which tied for 2nd in the NFL behind T.J. Watt of Pittsburgh. We're getting to that territory where we're starting to take this man for granted. Defensive Player of the Year, 3 out of the last 4 seasons in the NFL.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
To throw, it's Brady.
Getting it out wide here to Bernard.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the 4th quarter driver's seat, still up 3.
A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. Good starting field position.
To start down now, here's 2nd down.
Now Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. A few better down a score in the 4th quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A few better down a score in the 4th quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Brady. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Brady now on 1st down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Again, it's Brady. Evans has it left side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. Here's 3rd and goal.
It's incomplete. That's not exactly what you want there, especially given the time on the clock. But now, you've got to kick a field goal, right?
You do, and actually, you show a little faith in your defense when you do that, because you kick the field goal here, you're telling them, we believe you'll get the ball back for us for one more shot.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. So after he looked really good early, they haven't been able to find the big tight end as much. What gives?
Well, sometimes that's not in the game plan defensively. They're trying to take away other people, or they weren't expecting him to get off to such a hot start. But now they know he's out there. They've made a few adjustments, surround him with a few more people, a few different coverages. Let's see if he makes the adjustments now. Does he change up a few things to try and work his way open?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, we say it often, Charles, big one here.
To give yourself an opportunity.
Now Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down.
This is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're on the outskirts of field goal range here in a tie game with a little time. So how do you handle this? What do you do here, Charles?
Everybody wants to pick up as much yardage as possible. But the weird part is for field goal kickers, being in really close sometimes puts more pressure on them because it's much more of a position kick as opposed to just going ahead and letting it out and letting it thump. A lot of guys like a little bit of distance because you know they can handle it, and it's a more natural swing of the leg.
So maybe getting inside the 20, not that big of a deal.
Not that huge of a deal. Sometimes that messes you up with the angles depending on which hash mark you're kicking from.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
3rd down. On the handoff, Henderson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36-2. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Henderson. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. Go in the foot. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They'll run with Henderson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And his kick is good. And the Rams have won the game. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
So that'll just about